Okay, so this video is one of our longer ones. So this is the LYNK bill overlay in-depth wiring and cabling video that's going to show you how to hook these units up. So we're going to start with a couple of screens, mainly for you to do kind of screen capture to use as reference. Then we're going to go into some pretty detailed videos. So this is something that you can pause on right now if you need a cheat sheet for everything that's on the back of this. I'll just go over it real quick. This is a USB port which can be used for the flash drive, but that's not normally used. Cell antenna connector is right here. This is another antenna. You don't use this. This is where the DEX and the serial cable goes into. This is the MDB port right here, and down here is the screw that you removed to put in the bill overlay. And at the bottom, if you tilt this back towards you, is the sticker that has the model number and everything else on it. And I just want to emphasize these three connectors look similar, but they're all different sizes. So no matter what, you can't screw it up. So in normal installations, you're going to hook the antenna up here, the DEX port up here, and the MDB port here, put in the right bill overlay, and you're done. Okay, this is your cheat sheet for choosing the correct bill insert, and just go over this real quickly, and it's covered more in the video that's following. You're going to get 4 in each unit, 66, some are labeled 66, some are labeled 72. 66 is for the USA, think Route 66 is in the USA, 72 is for Canada. The black ones are for MEI or CPI bill validators, and the clear ones, think C for CoinCo for the CoinCo bill overlays. And when you put these in, they have to be screwed into the terminal. Okay, this video is about installing and wiring up the LYNK unit, which is shown right here. Just to give you your way around this. So this basically will mount on the front of the bill validator. It's made for either a MEI or CPI crane payment innovations are the same, or a CoinCo unit. It's got the standard size. Just so you know everything, the place to put inserted chip cards here, the bill go in here. You've got a swipe area on the right, and then you've got an NFC area with lights up here on the top. So I'm going to talk about the back of this. So we're going to talk about the wiring in a second, but the first thing I want to go over is the different bill slots. So there's 4 different inserts you can put in here, and there's actually a screw. So I don't know if my lighting is showing this. So there's a screw right here, which I'm going to remove. This is actually a Phillips head 1 if you want to use the exact right size screw. So we're going to pull this out. Okay, so you got that little screw out here. It can actually go in 2 different places, there and there. So you might have up to 4. You're going to have 2 or you're going to have 4 of these. So the clear ones are for CoinCo. And if you see, trying to get the video to focus on this, but if you see here, it says CO66. This is for, and it says that right here. That's for American bills. So this is for our CoinCo 66 millimeters American bills. And for this says CO72 right here. This is for the wider Canadian money. So if you're using a CoinCo, you can use one of these 2. And then similarly, this is for the CPI or for the Mars Electronics. So let me see if I can get this to show. There you go. Right there it says ME72. So 72 is for the wider bills, and this one says ME76 or 66 rather. So if you remember the coffee brand, Route 66 is in the United States. So remember, 66 millimeters for the United States, and I don't know what you can remember, but 72 is the bigger bills that are in Canada. So once you take that screw out, you'll see either of these will pop in, but depending on which one you put in, the screw is going to either be there or it's going to be at the other slot, which is right here. So this one actually is using the other slot. So pick the right one. You want to put the screw back in because otherwise this is going to be loose. But if you notice when it's in right, it'll be perfectly tight against the bill validator, and it'll guide the bills in perfectly, and you won't have service calls. So you got to make sure you do the put in the right bill insert before you start the wiring. Okay, the wiring on this unit is actually exactly the same as the wiring on the F unit. So this is the LYNK B for bill validator. LYNK F is for full screen. So let's just start with the antennas because you want to wire that on first. So the one on the left is the female jack, and you can see it's labeled GPRS down here. So this is the one you're going to use. This is the same antenna as the other video. So just remember, you want to drill it and place the wire through the top of the hole. The nut should have a slot on it, so you can put the nut on later. Earlier versions of the antenna did not have the slot, so if that's the case, you want to put this through the top of the machine. Then you need to put the nut all the way on from the bottom, and you want to probably get the antenna screwed in and tight first. And then you're going to use the right angle connector here. Remember what I said in the other video. This is the screw thing here is for manufacturing. It has nothing to do with tightening this. And you're going to have this on the bottom. So these are real hard to put in. So what I would recommend is you put them under here. And then if you can, finger tighten them. So you want to start with the antenna on this one because it's the hardest thing to put in. So see if you can get it started and finger tighten it as far as you can. Okay, I got it threaded, so I'm going to now finger tighten this. Okay, got it mostly tight. Then you can start ratcheting it a little bit. And I'm going to use, again, the special tool that I have. So this is the Made in USA tool from Amazon. And I bent it a little bit, which is especially handy for here. So I can take this and I can tighten this nut on the bottom. So generally this is pretty slow, so you want to kind of tighten it as much as you can first. And you can see with this bent here, I can get at it from here, and then it's almost tight. And I think what you want to do is you want to aim this down and get it tight. So now it's really snug. You don't want to do it too snug because it's on a printed circuit board that you could break. But then you could actually, if you wanted to, you could put a cable tie around here to secure it. Okay, so once that's in, just want to go over the other connectors here. So this is a USB connector up here. You're not going to use it. This is the MDB connector down here. And this is the serial connector, which is used for the DEX port. So the good news about this thing is all these are different size connectors, so you literally cannot connect the wrong thing in the wrong place. So I'm going to start with the serial connector. So this is the serial connector, and it's actually, this is the side that goes in here. And if you notice, this has got a clip on it right here. So if you're looking at it like that, the clip on this is on the bottom, so you want to turn it upside down so that the clip there is on the bottom. It's going to go in here, and that should go right in. Okay, so no problem with that. And then the MDB cable, same thing. So this is going to go down here, and again, the clip on this one is facing on the inside. You can see it right there. So we're going to turn this so the clip is facing on the inside, and as long as you go straight in, it should pop right in. And these are very well designed. They're going to stay in. They're going to stay snug. So then what you want to do is you want to take these off to one side, and you're going to mount the bill validator. Remember, make sure your bill validator is in there, or your insert is screwed down. Then you can mount this on top of the bill validator, which I don't have with me. Okay, so that's pretty much that. And I just wanted to point out, so on the MDB connector, the earlier version is just going to have an MDB port on it, so that's all it's got. And you're going to use the same exact connector you use for the full screen one, which is going to plug into here. Then you're going to end up with a male and a female, and you want to hook the male and the female in between the bill validator and the VMC, and that's going to give it power. And if it gets stuck on the init MDB screen ... it means you got to put one of these is not connected directly to the VMC, so you might have put it in between the coin mech and the bill validator. This part is not used. Now the newer version of this cable actually it doesn't require this add-on piece right here. So the newer version of this cable will have the male and the female on it right now. So you're either going to have to connect this to get these two connectors, or you're going to have it right on your MDB. So the DEX and the DEX-Y cable is a little bit different. If you do not need a DEX-Y cable because your handheld does not plug in, you're just going to plug this into the vending machine and you're done. Just coil this up. Now, if you have a DEX-Y cable that takes a male DEX plug, you're going to plug that in here and you're going to coil this up and you're done. If you're using a DEX-Y cable like this one that has the RJ45, so this is the same one we could use in either the B or the F. This is actually going to plug into here. So this is actually a different COM port, but it automatically configures. So in that case, you're going to plug in here. You're going to plug this into the vending machine controller and leave it there, and you're going to leave this out for the driver to use. And again, wrap this with yellow tape or something obvious to leave it in a place so the driver knows they can use that without disconnecting this. And then, so if you're using this DEX-Y cable, you want to tape this off. It's not needed. Otherwise, you plug this into the DEX-Y cable and you don't use this part. Okay, so I think that basically covers that. Again, you can go out the right or the left side on either bill validator, whichever one you want. You probably want to go on the inside to the door hinge if you can do it that way. And then you screw it onto your bill validator and you mount everything. You may want to plug it in and make sure everything's working before you mount it all the way to the bill validator. And also, don't forget this, because you're going to have to take it apart and you're going to have to put on the right slot if you forgot it. I mean, bills will go in here without this, but they're going to get jammed and it's not going to work well. And then also remember, if your antenna, you don't want to get this all the way back together and connect to the bill validator, and then remember that your antenna is still hanging out because you forgot to put the wire through the top of the machine. So that covers it for the bill units. Okay, now we've got the back of the LYNK B unit all ready. We're going to put it back on, connected to the bill validator. But you can see we've got put the antenna in first because that's the hardest. And then we got the other wires here that are just going to come out the side. So we can go ahead and try and put this on. So this is with the bill. Yep. And this should actually fit on perfectly as long as we've got the bill insert in there right, and you can see it should be perfectly tight. Oh yeah, those go on the top. Look at the way that man handles that tool. You can tell this is a man who not only is comfortable making sales, installing new Amazon accounts himself, but he'll go out and fix the machine.
And I'm doing it left-handed.
All right, cool.